Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about our obsession with being busy. How often do you ask someone how they're doing and they say, oh my gosh, I'm so busy? Or maybe you're even that person who's done that. I have. This is something else that I mentioned in a past video. I believe it was in the 99 Ways series that I did to stop using busy as a status symbol. Now, it used to be that people were measured, or you could determine how successful someone was by how much essentially they flaunted what they did in their free time, by how much traveling they did, their vacation homes, things like that. And I don't know when this shifted. It's been for my entire working career that now we judge people or determine that they're successful based on how much they're working or how busy they are. And can we just talk about the fact that at the end of your life, there's no award for the most hours worked or the most money made? And like I said, I totally used to be this person who thought that I had to be busy to be viewed as successful. And that's wrong in two parts. One, it doesn't matter if anyone else thinks I'm successful. I am a kind, happy human being. That makes me successful. The other thing about that is that how much I work should not have been a status for me or for anyone, which is why I feel that I've earned the right to talk to you guys about this. And chances are there's a few of you watching this video who have asked me how I'm doing and I say I'm so busy, or I've asked you how you're doing and you have told me how busy you are. Busy is a choice, and it's also a matter of perspective. And one of my pet peeves that I'm just going to point out right here, actually, before I point that out, I forgot to say, please subscribe to my channel before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Back to my pet peeve. These people who say that they're so busy are also the ones that I see scrolling on their phones at the most inappropriate times, right? Like during a time of prayer or meditation, or at a restaurant with their family, or not even with their family, when it's just with their spouse or partner and both of them are sitting there on their phones, but they're so busy they can't get anything else done. I love that. That's my favorite. But you guys, this workaholic lifestyle is not a badge of honor. And frankly, those who work less or who just work enough to get the work done and don't brag about it, those are the ones who should be awarded. And it's really funny. One of my favorite things, so in my real life, in my day job, I'm a consultant. I'm not a management consultant, but I do come across memes from people who work for the big four accounting firms or the big three top whatever management consulting firms, right? And they're always bragging about their airline miles and their hotel points and their rental car upgrades. And I'm like, dude, I'm hanging out with my friends this weekend. Enjoy. Enjoy. And actually, that lifestyle is totally meant for some people. Obviously, that's why we have those jobs, because it's meant for some people to do it. And I really respect those people for what they do. However, they definitely feed into the culture, the I'm so busy culture. So back to what I said, busy is a choice, and it's also a matter of perspective. Lives are full, but a lot of the stuff that our lives are full of are really good things, cool things, our habits, our hobbies, our practices, spending time with our families and children, things like that. That's amazing. And yes, that is busy, but it's not bad. And I cannot stress enough the fact that busy is not a measure of success. It's not a measure of productivity. It's not a status. And most importantly, it's not an accomplishment. And here's the thing, you guys, this level of busy, or whether it's perceived or real, is so dangerous, right? It's not just the unhealthy part of it, the sleep deprivation, the stress that it causes. It raises your blood pressure. It causes heart disease. It's insane what it does to you. And some people just enjoy this and feed off of it, and they're really just contributing to poor health. But not only that, we're also teaching future generations that it's okay. Although, of course, anyone who's on Facebook or Instagram knows that millennials and the next generation are lazy and don't care about working. So I think we're good. But this is still a worthy conversation to have. And I think it's so important for every individual to define success on your own terms. And it doesn't matter if it matches someone else's level or definition of success. Those stockbrokers and whatever, the people in New York who do really cool things and make a lot of money and have yachts, but like they don't even have time to enjoy them, because if they are on their boat, then they're on their phone or taking work calls when they're on vacation with their family. It's so uncool. And I get it, like work obligations, they're there. I have consciously made a decision to work in my, my day job in a manner that also suits my personal life. And I hope that's what many of you do as well. But if you follow me on Instagram, you would see, at this point it'll be a couple weeks ago, that I posted something about redefining success that I want to share with you here in case you didn't see it. So what it says is, let's redefine success as being a kind, authentic, good-hearted, and open-minded human. And I love that, because if you are that person, you're going to be successful in your work life and in your personal life. Your boss is going to see you as successful, and your children and your partner are going to see you as successful. And that is really all that matters. And just because you're not in a leadership position at work, or you're not managing hundreds of employees, or you're not making six figures, that's not a measure of your worth or your value. Who you are as a human is so much more important than any of that. So a couple things that I encourage you to do. Pay attention, one, to when you're saying you're so busy. And I will admit, if I am at work and I am talking to someone in my work life who's not in my personal life, and someone asks me how things are, sometimes my answer is, things are really busy, but they're great. And what I'm saying is that I'm so busy and I need you to know that I'm busy and important. What I'm saying is, I'm killing it at work. That's the point of my response, not that I'm so busy I don't even have time to talk to you, right? And also, that's another thing, is that it's kind of insulting when you ask someone how they're doing and they say that they're so busy. It's like, oh, do you have time to talk to me? It makes things kind of awkward. I make everything awkward, but that's something else that makes things awkward. So here's the thing. There are people in my life who say that they are so busy, and I get it. Their lives are full of work-related things and really cool personal things, and I love that. I love watching my friends having these well-balanced lives. However, create a list of things that you're going to do when you're bored. And how to define bored is when you're scrolling on your phone. So if you catch yourself scrolling on your phone, also, just as an aside, there are some really cool apps that measure how much time you're on your phone. Moments is very cool. Shoot, there's another one. I will put something somewhere on the screen if I think of what it is. But like a little tree grows, like the more time that you're spending on your phone, and Moments measures how many times you pick up your phone during the, it's so cool. I love it. I'm not a huge cell phone, social media kind of person, so it's fun for me. If you are, it might be kind of terrifying, but embrace it and love it, and just know that you have a place to start, and that if you want to do better, you can do better. So instead of scrolling through your phone, create a list of things that you're going to do. So a couple of things that are always on that list for me are like going for a walk, ride the Peloton, read a book, meditate, go through the file cabinet, because I am like a type A- personality, so that kind of thing is fun for me when I can like reorganize my papers and shred stuff. That's relaxing to me, and I feel as though I've accomplished something when I've done it. But things like that are always on my list. So if I catch myself scrolling on my phone or watching YouTube videos mindlessly and not mindfully, that's something I'm going to turn to. What are these other things that I could be doing right now? And I can't stress how sad and terrifying it is when I see people who are just stressing themselves out to the point of physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. And if you are lucky enough to be able to catch yourself before you get to that point, stop and change things. It's going to do wonders not only for your health, but also for your family and your relationships. And here's the other thing I challenge you to do. Call out your friends when they start talking about how busy they are. Even if someone's calendar is full from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., that is full, And there's probably a lot of things on there that they really enjoy doing. So even though it does mean that they're not sitting down watching TV or something like that, it is something that's going to contribute to an authentic and meaningful life, right? But when they say, I'm so busy, and then you catch them scrolling through Instagram for 10 minutes, call them out on it because it's fun. The other thing that's fun to do is come up with some new responses to the question, how are you doing, or how are things? So things like, never better, or I'm better than I was, but not as good as I'm gonna be, or 10 out of 10. Those are fun answers when someone says, how are you doing? And this also corresponds to my last video where I talked about how to say no. When you are feeling too busy, make sure that you are challenging yourself to say no to those little things that are not serving your purpose. So with that, thank you for sitting through my tangents and being on my soapbox about people who say that they're too busy. We are all busy, and I can't stress that enough. My next video is a little bit sarcastic, and I hope you find it funny, but is also going to talk about this a little bit, that you don't have to have 4 kids and 5 animals to be busy. 4 kids in sports and animals who are being trained, whatever. No, like a single person with no animals, a single person with animals, a married couple without kids or pets, everyone is busy. We're all busy. Our lives are all full, but it's important to step back and make sure that it's an enjoyable full that's not making us sick and exhausted and stressed out. So on that happy note, I will end this video. I cannot wait to see you again next week, where I get a little bit personal again, but in a funnier and more sarcastic way. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending your time with me again. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave me a note down below about what you learned and what you enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you again next week.